Welcome to the world of ancient Rome, a civilization that shaped the foundation of modern society. From its legendary beginnings to its unmatched conquests, Rome's story is one of ambition, innovation, and legacy. But what led to its rise, its golden age, and its ultimate fall? And how did the forces of Islam deliver a decisive blow to this once mighty empire? Let's dive into the epic tale of ancient Rome and uncover the secrets of its enduring influence on the world. The rise of Rome. The story of Rome begins with its mythic founders, Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf. According to legend, the brothers' rivalry led to Romulus founding the city of Rome in 753 BCE. From these humble beginnings along the Tiber River, Rome grew through determination, alliances, and conquest. In 509 BCE, Rome transitioned from a monarchy to a republic, establishing a government where power was shared among elected officials and the Senate. This new political system allowed Rome to expand its influence, first across the Italian peninsula and then beyond. Key moments like the Punic Wars against Carthage showcased Rome's military prowess and strategic ingenuity. The destruction of Carthage in 146 BCE cemented Rome as the dominant power in the Mediterranean. By the 1st century BCE, internal strife and civil wars began to threaten the Republic. Figures like Julius Caesar rose to prominence, conquering Gaul and challenging the authority of the Senate. His crossing of the Rubicon River in 49 BCE was a turning point, leading to his dictatorship and eventual assassination. Out of the chaos, Caesar's heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, emerged victorious, marking the end of the Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire in 27 BCE. Culture and society. The Roman culture was a remarkable fusion of tradition and innovation. The Romans borrowed heavily from the Greeks, adapting their gods, architecture, and art, while adding their own unique touches. Temples dedicated to Jupiter, Venus, and Mars reflected Rome's deep religious roots. Over time, the pantheon evolved, culminating in the widespread adoption of Christianity following Constantine's Edict of Milan in 313 CE. Daily life in Rome varied greatly depending on one's social status. The patricians, or elite class, lived in opulent villas adorned with intricate mosaics and frescoes, while the plebeians, or common people, resided in crowded apartment blocks known as insulae. Slaves formed the backbone of the Roman economy, working in households, farms, and mines. Despite their hardships, some slaves could earn their freedom and rise to prominence. Entertainment was a cornerstone of Roman society. Gladiatorial games in the Colosseum, theatrical performances, and chariot races in the Circus Maximus drew massive crowds. These spectacles not only entertained, but also served as a means of uniting the populace and showcasing the power of the state. The Romans also excelled in engineering, constructing aqueducts to supply cities with water and roads that connected the vast empire, some of which are still in use today. Political system. The Roman Republic was a pioneering model of governance, balancing power between elected officials, the Senate, and popular assemblies. Consuls, elected annually, held executive authority, while the Senate advised on policy and finance. However, as Rome expanded, the complexity of governing vast territories strained the Republic's institutions. The transition to empire brought significant changes. Augustus, the first emperor, established a system where the emperor held ultimate authority, supported by a professional bureaucracy. While the Senate continued to exist, its power was largely ceremonial. Emperors like Trajan and Hadrian brought stability and prosperity, while others, like Nero and Caligula, became infamous for their excesses and tyranny. The adoption of Christianity by Constantine marked a pivotal moment in Rome's history. By aligning the empire with the Christian faith, Constantine not only unified his subjects, but also laid the foundation for the Byzantine Empire's identity as a Christian state. Military power. Rome's military was unmatched in discipline, strategy, and innovation. The legions, composed of well-trained soldiers, were the empire's primary tool for conquest and defense. Roman generals like Scipio Africanus, who defeated Hannibal at the Battle of Zama, and Julius Caesar, who conquered Gaul, became legends in their own time. The Roman army was also a pioneer in engineering. Soldiers constructed roads, bridges, and fortifications, enabling swift movement of troops and resources. This infrastructure not only secured Rome's borders, but also facilitated trade and communication across the empire. However, Rome's military dominance began to wane as internal conflicts, economic pressures, and barbarian invasions tested its strength. The sack of Rome by the Visigoths in 410 CE and the eventual fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE marked the end of an era. The decline of Rome. The decline of Rome was a complex process influenced by multiple factors. Economic instability, including rampant inflation and reliance on slave labor, weakened the empire's foundations. Political corruption and infighting among emperors further eroded stability. External pressures from barbarian groups such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns exacerbated the empire's vulnerabilities. The division of the empire into eastern and western halves in 395 CE created additional challenges. While the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantium, managed to endure, the Western Empire succumbed to repeated invasions, culminating in its fall in 476 CE. Islam's defeat over Rome. As the Byzantine Empire struggled to maintain its territories, a new force emerged in the 7th century: Islam. Under the leadership of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Rashidun Caliphate, Islamic armies launched a series of campaigns that transformed the political and religious landscape of the Mediterranean. The Battle of Yarmouk in 636 CE was a turning point. Commanded by Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Rashidun forces decisively defeated the Byzantine army, securing control over Syria and the Levant. This victory not only marked the decline of Byzantine influence in the region, but also demonstrated the strategic brilliance of the Islamic forces. The subsequent expansion of the Islamic Caliphate into North Africa, Spain, and Persia further diminished Byzantine power. The preservation and enhancement of Roman and Greek knowledge by Islamic scholars during this period fueled a golden age of science, philosophy, and art that would influence civilizations for centuries. Legacy of Rome. Rome's legacy is enduring and far-reaching. Its legal principles, enshrined in the 12 Tables and later codified in Justinian's Corpus Juris Civilis, remain the foundation of modern legal systems. Roman innovations in engineering and architecture, from aqueducts to domes, continue to inspire builders and architects. The influence of Roman culture is evident in language, literature, and governance. The Renaissance, a period of rebirth in art and learning, drew heavily from Roman and Greek antiquity. Similarly, the Islamic Golden Age preserved and expanded upon Roman achievements, bridging the gap between ancient and modern worlds. From its rise to its fall, Rome's story is one of ambition, resilience, and reinvention. Its encounters with the Islamic world proved transformative, bridging cultures and shaping the course of history. Join us as we continue exploring the echoes of the past, uncovering stories that define our world today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep history alive.